What's up guys, it's Drac, and today we're reviewing this! Alright, I know. So, it's another Hasbro blaster. That is to say, this is another Fortnite x NERF tie-in, but I think that this one might have some merits beyond just what it is. So, on the surface, you've got the Fortnite NERF collaboration 6-SH, which I hate that they don't call these things what they're called, but for reasons that I'm assuming their legal department has made abundantly clear to them, they can't call it like, you know, silenced revolver. That does not necessarily play well in today's climate. So it's SH, which I'm not sure if that's a play on the old like shh or what, but it is a 6-shot revolver blaster firing full-length elite darts that cost 20 United States dollars. Now that's my first critique, is that $20 costs significantly more than your traditional NERF revolver should. The original Maverick was only 10 bucks, and even accounting for inflation wouldn't be anywhere close to 20. Then you've got a little bit of corporate greed drizzled on, and you get Hammershots and Disruptors at just under 15, and then this is $20. Now that said, we all know why it's that much, is in addition to wanting a little bit more profit margin for themselves, that foil sticker down there is pretty expensive. The old Epic Games has to get their tax as well. So in order to have this very saucy Catman on the box, you gotta pay the piper. So for $20, you get the Fortnite branded, NERF co-opted camouflage revolver with integrated suppressor. Let's take it out of the box. So inside the package, you get the blaster itself. It actually comes in two parts, which is how it fits in the box. You get 6 darts, and interestingly enough, kudos to Hasbro, the darts come in tissue paper instead of the usual plastic, which means that virtually all of the contents of the packaging and its materials are recyclable. It's either corrugated cardboard or tissue paper, which is pretty cool. That is a step in the right direction, guys. Now, I want to talk briefly about this kind of mating schema here. So effectively, these are tabs. They're clips that are built into the mold of the muzzle here, and then inside, there are recessed tabs as well. That means that when you push this together, it's going to click, and then it's going to be more or less stuck together. Why this isn't an in-strike barrel lug is a complete loss to me. I have no idea why they made it something proprietary where you put it on and then it's mated for life, as opposed to something where you could choose whether or not you wanted to secret agent man and like screw on your suppressor and then maybe even take it off. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I will put it together for the purposes of this video, but I wish to remind you all that adding this much barrel drag to any projectile is going to slow it down a little bit, and it's just, you get a worse product. Now, if you're here because you really want that, you know, that's the aesthetic that you paid for, and that's the aesthetic that you're going to get. I actually, just for the sake of... Yep. Could you get it off? Absolutely. Would you need a screwdriver? Yes, you would. So that's the barrel mating process. Again, once you've done it, this thing becomes comically huge. You can no longer holster it. I actually, for the brief period of time that it was separate from its silencer, I thought that it was much nicer. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. As far as loading the blaster goes, you have an aperture on either side of the cylinder, which means that it's actually quite easy to index through and do this. Now, the thing that strikes me immediately as pretty cool about this is that this is our first instance of a 6-shot cylinder with the hammer prime action. It's actually the same hammer as a Hammershot, and for those of you that are looking for a reference for size, it's about the same thickness, truth be told, and its profile and silhouette, it's a little bit larger. The grip is a little bit larger, a little chunkier, and then the muzzle is of course a little bit more. Plus it's got that obnoxious thing sticking off the front of it. However, the overall smoothness of the silhouette, the strictly superior grip. My number one complaint about the Hammershot for years has been this faux plastic cloth on it, which makes it far less comfortable from a gunslinging perspective. And I always fix that by leather wrapping it. This is just nice. This is clearly Real Steel inspired through the lens of cartoony Fortnite. Lots of purchase for larger hands. Similarly, you could choke up if you had smaller hands. And then now we finally have a full cylinder upgrade out of the gate. So that is a 6-shot cylinder revolver, unfortunately with this comically like floppy thing on the front. I mean, I want to break it off, but as funny as that would be for the video, I actually have plans for this blaster. There will be a mod guide for it eventually, so I can't break it because I'm gonna have to take it apart normally. But the overall profile of the blaster, I mean, the Hammershot is like 3 separate pieces, and this is the gold standard in NERF revolvers. It is the first one-hand wieldable kind of revolver setup. Litany of different holsters have been made for it. It's truly, truly really cool if you've played HVZ at any point in the last 7 years to have a Hammershot that you can draw and fire 5 shots without having to like throw your sock or use that hand. The overall ergo of this is better. The overall styling of it is smoother, with the exception of the fact that they can't seem to paint the logos on both sides. This side of it is quite handsome. It's really going to be up to you whether or not you like what they're calling camo pulse wrap. It kind of just strikes me as like an old school sort of nerfy camo. It looks like Tiger Strike camo in blue and orange, which is very, very nerfy. The blaster itself has a lot of orange on it, so despite its vaguely revolver cartoonish silhouette, this is going to be super duper safe for outdoor play. So that's mostly what I want to talk about, and this one's going to be really interesting because if you're a true Hammershot connoisseur, there's going to be a really good sweet spot to get this one where it goes on sale like all of the Fortnite blasters have, and when it's on sale and you don't have to pay quite as much of a tax on it, I think that that's the time to pick up plenty of them because this is probably the best Hammershot shell slash upgrade slash reskin slash improvement we have ever had. It comes with a bonus shot, a better grip, and a much smoother silhouette to play with, which in this case is excellent because that means that for the purposes of my mod guide, it'll probably wind up in my hydrographics tank. But as we are reviewing it on its merits as a $20 revolvers type product, let's take it downstairs, let's put it over the chronograph, let's give you our final thoughts. All right guys, so we're gonna bring it, I clipped myself there. All right, so this one's not super duper great for spinning because of this unnecessarily comically large silencer on top of it. And I think that that's going to soften our performance a little bit, so we have to keep in mind that the modified version is definitely going to be a wee bit better. However, for the time being, let's see how it performs. We've thrown up a litany of different, NERF brand darts inside. 52. Now, admittedly, the Hammershot was a little softer than Elite Standard. 71 is Elite Standard. 72. 65. 68 did not chamber properly. So these aren't bad. These aren't bad. There's definitely an opportunity here for these to be pretty decent. Let's put a few more over and then we'll take it, throw a couple down range, see what the practical is. But 46, 40. It does not like older darts. 65, 41, 64. So I think consistency is going to be really important for this guy. Like all Nerf blasters, it really wants brand new darts. Right, wrong, whatever. Go ahead and chamber a few of those in there. Put a few down range. Now I want to go ahead and disclose in advance that I plan on using an Amazon affiliate link in the description box for this blaster. If you'd like to pick one up, I can truly recommend this blaster. Hasbro hasn't made a lot of amazing stuff recently, but an upgrade to the best revolver that they've made in a long time, whether it says Fortnite on it or not. As a special advantage, you could get rid of the Fortnite branding just by chopping the nose off. So guaranteed there will be a modification guide for this in the future. And that's all the accuracy of your mom's homemade Elite darts, but then of course, spinability on it is rough right now, but we'll improve that dramatically. I think that this is a serious improvement on the Hammershot platform. The extra dart is certainly one that you're gonna appreciate from time to time, and then the just sheer better ergo and then the ability to hydro dip this, I think that there's a lot to like about it. So this one actually gets a full Drac thumbs up. Normally I would tell you that a pistol is not worth 20 bucks, but perhaps for the best pistol, 20 bucks would be a pretty fine compromise, right? I like it a lot. I think that it's definitely a solid pickup at its current price point, not unlike this Darty Dozen t-shirt, which is also a similarly well-priced pickup at a similar price point. So highly recommend checking out either the affiliate link down in the description box below to see if you want to pick up your very own Fortnite suppressed revolver. Also highly recommend never putting the barrel on yours because I'm going to have to take mine apart a little more delicately now. And then I also highly recommend our merch over on our website if you just got to get dirty with it. What's up guys, Drac from the future here, and I know that you just watched my entire video reviewing this blaster. So I just wanted to address one thing really quick because we worked pretty hard on it and then we delayed the review and delayed the review and delayed the review because there have been a lot of other really exciting blaster releases. And frankly, this one kind of slipped through the cracks, but I still think it's a really good blaster, and a 6-shot Hammershot is nothing to scoff at, particularly with a better grip. So the two things that I want to address are inside. this is a Hammershot. Like, it uses Hammershot springs, if that's the way you want to go. I think that it's actually the same sort of hammer and sear action as well, although don't quote me on that. I haven't tried any aftermarket parts in it. The main reason that I wanted to make this segment at the end of this video is this is a bear. Once you've attached this, it's really in there. Now you can separate these pieces, right? And unscrew the entire thing and open it up that way and kind of remove it. But in doing so, you actually just remove the inner barrel and it's still a bear. So you could take a flathead and pry this off and get it out, but realistically, the part that mates to here is an actual monster. So we went ahead and we designed a part that replaces the interior muzzle with something very low profile, and then I got really cheesy with it. Originally, we had kind of like a plus sign or a reticle in the front there, and I decided that it absolutely needed to be an Ankh. And this is actually like a complete mental segue, but I'm actually very excited to see what happens after years of resisting, what this live action Sandman is going to be like. Anyway, we threw the Ankh on there. Should be very obvious why I like the Ankh symbol, but we won't get into that. Now it's like a pretty slick 6-shooter. It knows how to get down, and I like it much more this way. I'll probably do a full kind of like, not mod guide, but just build out where we do some hydrographics, take advantage of the shell. But I wanted to hop in. It's been like, I guess, a week and change since I did the actual review video. But since we haven't edited and launched it completely yet, I wanted to tack this onto the end. Should be short and sweet. Inside Hammershot Internals and at foamproshop.com, we have a muzzle replacement that honestly begets this entire point. You can just replace effectively this whole piece here and make it a smooth, flush orange finish. And then it, of course, is going to come with a little Ankh because I think that that's a neat addition. You could put anything you wanted in there, pretty standard barrel sized. But overall, a much sharper, cleaner silhouette, and I think makes for a much better 6-shooter. Certainly more holsterable now. Thanks so much for watching the review. Sorry about this tack on at the end. It's just I can't make 3 separate videos about this, and this seemed like the cleanest way to do it. All right, much love, blast on, Drac out.